the great old Cappy. Did you miss me?
Give or take. Anyway, in all seriousness, this is another crossover review of Catvan, and this is gonna be an exciting one today. We're reviewing Rayman GBC Game Over. And yeah, Catvan, you really picked the right one for us today. I don't usually use Rollerpastas or Crappypastas that often, excluding the one yesterday I did about ponies. Long story short, the whole story is about a kid who gets a Game Boy Color game, mostly Rayman. He gets cursed by an old man after accidentally breaks one of his porcelain, and after playing Rayman, he gets a bunch of these stupid messages that says, after you lose, there's no point playing anymore, your character's dead at the end. And, oh yeah, and he drags his brother into the mix to see that he's not crazy, and then later on, after some odd nightmares based on it, he kills himself. Yeah, that's pleasant. Oh, and get this, at the end of the story, he's about to finally go after the guy who cursed him, and the story ends. Yeah, let's leave that with no ending whatsoever. I am very happy about that. I'm sorry if I'm traveling on here, because that happens sometimes when I'm passionate, but also I'm enjoying Florida as is. I mean, I haven't even got to the hotel yet, but so far it's pretty nice just for the sights. I mean, there was a Ferris wheel, there was a bunch of lights, and a bunch of restaurants and buildings, oh, and cars. Yeah, this is what Florida's all about, cars. That's exactly what I came here for, am I right? But in all seriousness, Florida's good so far, and while I'm here, I hope you guys enjoy my crossover review of Catvan on Rayman GBC Game Over. It's happening. Every day and night, it happens. I know what you're thinking. What's happening? How did it happen? Are you high? Well, I'm not high. Seriously. But the rest, I'll tell you now. My brother gave me an old Game Boy Pocket to his friend to lend, thinking he'd get it back before we meet again. He didn't though, and for a while I forgot about it. I played a few games, mostly old ones, because that was just my type. Deal with it. You may have noticed the photo next to this text in the thumbnail, but just hang tight, you impatient bastard. I eventually got my Game Boy back with only the game Pokemon Yellow to play on it. I wanted to buy more games, so I went down to a local gaming shop in a shopping mall. The dude there looked like he was in a good mood, so I smiled and said, "Do you have any old Game Boy games?"
Yes, the man replied, and they're all in their boxes. You can see a few here. One game caught my immediate attention. It was Rayman. I read about it, how it was different from the PS1 version, and decided to buy it. Everything was going well until a stranger walked by. I got distracted looking at the game that I bumped into him, and he dropped something porcelain. It looked somewhat like a few parts of a body. In a split second, I saw it as it immediately smashed in 2 billion pieces.
Ah! My porcelain! The man suddenly stopped and stared at me. You did this! This is my most prized possession, and it's ruined! He had malice in his voice. Why he had his most prized possession in a shopping mall will forever be a mystery. I'm sorry, it was an accident, I swear. I got cut off as the man continued to say, "You will be cursed for this," the man said, beginning to start a scene. "That game you got distracted from will be the end of you, I swear it." The man disappeared in the distance, leaving everyone staring at me.
After feeling a little ashamed for ruining that guy's favorite dang, I managed to get home and find my Game Boy lying on my bed. I was excited to play as I heard about the huge differences. I heard a faint echo come from somewhere, which sounded like the man from before. "That game will be the end of you," it said. I suspected this was just my mind repeating what the man said, and carried on to play it because I am untamable. As I started up, everything was fine. The game was really fun, and a lot smaller than the PS1 version. But things got weird. Where? The special stage. It was the last place I expected something to go wrong. I mostly ignore them, and other times I beat them first time with a few seconds to spare. For those who haven't played these games, it was where you had to keep jumping up platforms and other things to get all the tanks in a certain time limit. I remember seeing online what the time over screen looked like.
But one time, I accidentally fell from a platform from the top down to the bottom. Rayman never took fall damage, but for some reason, I heard a noise like that of glass shattering, in 8-bit of course, when he touched the ground. The time went immediately to 0 and the screen popped up. It was Rayman sitting and staring at the screen. He looked terrified and the ghostly arrow was shot straight through his flowing head. He was closer to the camera than before, and instead of time over, it said game over. The music sounded a bit like a voice was singing something to the tune, but I couldn't make out what. I was shocked from the jump scare, but not from the foe. But now I am. Why? Because I'm a pussy? No, don't be a douchebag. I tried pressing the A button, but some text appeared.
Rayman has died. There is no game left to play. It wrote. This was scarier to me, as if that jump scare was supposed to happen. I restarted the game, but the game wouldn't load. It just gave me the image and the error. I showed my brother. Cool, you got a new game? What about it? He said. Can't you see the photo? I said, shocked. Oh, so it's Rayman. Cool. Aren't you going to play it? What? Can you not see that dead Rayman? I was getting pissed.
He doesn't look dead, just holding his hand on the selection screen as normal. I realized he only saw the main screen, and I told him to play it for himself and purposely failed the first special stage. The same thing happened, the image narrower. I then realized only people who have triggered this image can see it. I therefore kept the cartridge safe, in case anyone played it. But just because of an image narrower? That sounds a bit over the top, doesn't it? There's more. I went on to play the PS1 version, but when I failed the special stage, I got the same image, only better quality. I could hear the voice again, and was sure it was singing. Only me and my brother saw this. It happens for every game we play when we get a game over, only with the playable character instead of Rayman, and the error's message is replaced with, playable character's name has died. There's no game left to play. Sonic, Portal, you name it, it's there. We both have the same nightmare every day. It was a video game protagonist, different each time, strolling through a field. The sky suddenly became dark. A ghostly arrow shot right through his or her skull. It was a horrible thing to happen every night, seeing your favorite game character get murdered in your dreams every night.
Me and my brother were playing a PC game and the message appeared again. An idea struck me. We would go into the files and analyze the image and tune. I analyzed the image and my brother did the tune. Analyzing the image came up with text. It read a creepy story of porcelain objects. I realized this was that man's fault and swore to get him back for this curse. My brother, on the other hand, looked terrified. After analyzing the song, he heard the lyrics and had a horrible dream that day. I'd say we got better, but I'd be lying. The next day, he told me his new dream. I shall not tell you, you'll see why in a minute. And later on, a while after dinner, I found him dead in his room. He had hung himself from the ceiling. The nightmare I have every day seems more creepy, either because my brother couldn't take it and killed himself, or because I felt like there was no one else left to protect me. It just gets creepier every time.
It's been exactly 1 month from when my brother committed suicide. I wonder if he did the right thing by stopping the curse, or if it is still a good idea. Maybe I should... No, I'll get the man who cursed me, and then I can rest, side by side with my brother, knowing that the curse is finally over.